My name is Michael Gabriele, and I'm from CMHA, which is Canadian Mental Health Association for York Region and South Simcoe. And we have a variety of programs that we offer to the communities. And I'm going to tell you our website because I can't tell you all the programs that we offer, but I'll talk specifically later in a moment about my program. So the website is www.cmha-yr.on.ca. So my program is Family Caregivers in Education. It is dear to my heart. I'm very passionate about it. Why? Because I am a caregiver for my son who is 25 years old and has a concurrent disorder. A concurrent disorder is a mental health illness along with substance abuse disorder, which in his case is marijuana, alcohol, and crack cocaine. So is a caregiver, and we have a lot of caregivers, but it doesn't matter who you're caregiving for. We know it's a 24/7 job. So the Family Caregivers Education Program that I'm involved with, I have 3 wonderful volunteer facilitators who are the backbone of the program. And we, together, we facilitate the program. So who benefits from this program? Really, any family member who's a caregiver who has a family member or friend who has a mental illness and feels a need for more education and about the condition, treatment, and how to best provide support. So I have cheat notes, by the way. So what we do is we put people who care for someone with a mental illness by coming together and connecting with professionals and other caregivers. By this way, we can increase knowledge and gain skills and team practical strategies. So our goals are to raise awareness, reduce stigma, and we know that's alive and well. And through events like Ride Don't Hide, we had just with our partner United Way. It took place in the summer, was very successful. And through talking, communicating, bringing it out in the open, that's really important. We highlight resources through the program. One of the key things that we encourage and inspire, we want to inspire hope. Because without hope, there is no tomorrow. You don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And there is light at the end of the tunnel for all the caregivers. We encourage the practice of self-care. So the commitment to oneself, we do that at every single evening that we meet. And if I can use the analogy, and you've probably heard this 100 times, but it's so true and relevant. If you're on a plane and you're hitting turbulence and the oxygen mask comes down, who do you put on? Who puts it on first? Yourself, so that you can help someone else. Invariably what we do when we're caregiving, if we take care of ourselves, then we can take care of our family. We can still participate in all the activities we love and enjoy that makes us well and balance our lives a little bit better, and we can be productive at work. But what sometimes happens with mental illness, if we don't take care of ourselves first, we do this, we do the opposite, and we're at the bottom. So it's really, really critical to recognize that component. So what benefits do you get by participating in the program? You're going to have a real good understanding of mental illness, and it can be specific. So if you have a loved one that you're taking care of that have specific disorders like bipolar or severe anxiety or schizophrenia, you're going to get a wealth of knowledge around those specific illnesses. You'll be better able to support your loved ones to make informed decisions and about their treatment plans. You'll reduce your stress through access to information, education, services, and support networks. Support networks is huge as well, because we talk about it as a circle of care. And a circle of care can look like also your friends, your family, a community resource number like 310 COPE. And the larger your circle of care, the better balanced you are in your life and being able to manage your day-to-day while you're caregiving. We learn more about stigma and its impact on recovery. I like the word discovery better than recovery when we're talking about mental health disorders, simply because it's more important for me to know what I use the word discovery. So it's important for me to know what I'm able to do versus what I'm not able to do. We develop also a very viable action plan. So at the end, you'll get a whole bunch, a package that provides that, and it's what to start doing, it's what to stop doing, and what to continue doing. And some of the common questions that's being asked is, how often do the groups run? We run 4 cycles per year, 1 in the winter, 1 in the spring, and 2 in the fall. They run for 10 weeks. You'll get a binder, and that binder will contain all the information from the professionals and presenters and speakers. And some of the topics that will come up that we have in the program is we'll have a pharmacist that will come out and talk about prescription medication and how that affects mental wellness, and also about over-the-counter medication and some alternate medications as well, and how they interact. We also have an accountant, a chartered accountant, who talks about, I know other presenters were talking about disability tax credit forms, which is the 2201, and also caregivers credit as well when you file your taxes. We have a mental health educator who talks about responding with respect with your loved one, because again, we recognize that we recognize the individual first and the illness second. And that's critically important to remember that when you're caregiving for someone who has a mental illness. So what happens after 10 weeks? This program is set up in 2 stages. So the first stage is a 10-week education course, and then upon completion of the 10th week, we have a celebration, and you graduate into a family support group. So we don't just abandon the caregivers. You come to the support group. It runs twice a month, the first and the third Tuesdays of every month from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. By the way, the 10 weeks also runs either on a Monday or a Wednesday. Usually it's in Newmarket or Aurora. It seems to be a more central location. And the groups run generally between 10 to 12, when we've had as high as 15 caregivers as well. We are funded, and that's one of the other common questions. Is there a charge? No. With most of the programs, 99.1% through CMHA, there is no charge associated. It is funded through United Way. And who do you contact regarding the program? Again, you contact CMHA. There's a central number, which is 905-841-3977, and the central intake is 3321. When we run the family support group, the key thing that you find is that you're not alone in this journey. And it doesn't matter who you're caregiving for, it's expands your circle of care. That's for yourself. And sometimes you just need that night off, and you don't have any place else to go. And we find a lot of members, a lot of caregivers will come back to the support group simply to say, I need a night out, or I've had a really tough week, and I know I'm going to be in a room full of like minds. Who knows more about diabetes than a group room full of diabetics? And that's the principle that we work. We don't judge. It is a very safe place, a very comforting place, and again, that encourages that communication, open communication. So if you have any questions regarding the Family Caregivers Education or any of the programs, or any questions regarding mental illness programs, I will be here at the end of the night here at the booth. Thank you.